Hi, welcome back to One Mommy Scrapping. I'm Scrapping Amy and I am planning for happy memories. Today I am bringing you the next installment of Basic Gray Saturday. I will be using the collection called Prism, which came out in 2014. Now, of the supplies I have, I've got two collection packs, the chipboard 6x9, 6x9, 6x12 chipboard, 6x6 paper pad, and two of the same 6x12 sticker sheets, as well as the ones that came in with the kit. The background paper I'm using for this two-page spread is actually not from Prism, but it is Basic Gray. In 2009, Basic Gray came out with what they call designer cardstock, which is what their version of solid paper is. And it has this nice texture design. And I picked up a variety of those. I have 3 or 4 different color variations. And because I'm doing the two-page spread, I prefer that my background paper match. It doesn't have to, and I've certainly done layouts where the background paper is not the same. But for this one, I preferred that. So the designer cardstock is the only thing paper-wise that's not from the Prism collection. These photos are from Disney World when we went for my husband's birthday in 2019. We only went there for one day, and for us, a must-visit place is always Crystal Palace, where you can have lunch or dinner with your friends from the 100 Acre Woods. I am a huge Tigger fan, so going there is always something special to me. It's just something I quite enjoy. So I have taken that one sheet of paper with the triangles on it, and that's my basic background because, well, not my basic background, it's my pattern background because it has all of the colors I want to use in it. And then I trimmed the two landscape photos down to 5 3/4 inches, so that way I could just cut the 6x6 paper pad and use that. I end up using both of the same pattern, that mustardy yellow color from, I can talk. I pull both of the pattern paper sheets from the 6x6 pad to mat those. I wasn't planning on using that particular paper, but I really wanted something to go well with Winnie the Pooh on there, and that one worked. And it pulls out the that same mustard gold yellow color that I use as the strips. Oh, and those 2-inch strips that are on the top, that's the B side of the triangle paper. So I cut, it's 12 inches across, it's 12 by 5 for the larger strips, and then the 2 inches left over, I just cut it into 1-inch strips and flipped it over. I am now using a lot of the 6x6 pads where I will pull out a sheet and then I will cut strips of it. Usually I do 1 or 2-inch strips, and then I can layer those behind the photos. It gives the impression that there's more paper back there, but it doesn't have to, since you don't have to have that paper. So it's a great way to make your 6x6 stuff last. It's also, you can do that same technique for going completely across the page. You cut 2 1-inch thick strips, and then you make sure that your photo or an embellishment cluster is over the join where that would be. So that, again, it looks like you've got a 12-inch strip of paper, but you don't. So for this section right here on the left, I put the Winnie the Pooh picture up on foam because that is the main, character for 100 Acre Woods. And so I wanted that one to kind of stand out more, but I also wanted all of the clusters to be up on foam because I like it for layering, and I like just a little bit of the shadow that it gives. I think it's a nice touch. So the title of this is going to be Lunch with Friends, and I was very proud of myself for actually remembering to use the gray chipboard letters. I wanted to see if they would go above Eeyore and Piglet, but they'd go on the left side with Pooh and Tigger. So I am peeling the backs off of all of these, and I'm still adding glue. It is not American Crafts chipboard, but at this point I've been burned by American Crafts chipboard so many times of it not sticking that I'm just like, nope, gotta put it in. And I am purposely putting the letters a little wappy-jawed, as my mother-in-law would put it, because it's Winnie the Pooh. I mean, it's not like things have to just be straight and perfect. This right here, this is their alpha sheet, and it is 6 different colors, I believe it's 6, of maybe 7 colors? I don't even know. But the letters are teeny tiny, and trying to get the dot off the sheet for the eye was more time consuming than the rest of the letters all put together. Oh my gosh, it was a little ridiculous. So at this point, I'm now going in to figure out what I want for my layers. Each embellishment cluster, I like to start with a larger layer on the bottom. That happiness oval, I cut off the little thing that makes it a speech bubble. I'm not big on speech bubbles. And so I was like, no, I'll just treat it as an oval. I don't particularly like ovals either, but they are so much better than speech bubbles to me. And I kind of regret using that pink oval. It's very big, and the size of it is what I end up having trouble with later on. I end up deciding to put my journaling in there. So actually see me journal on a layout. Shock and awe, I do actually do that. This arrow is going to get picked up and pulled down over and over and over again. And you'll see that happen in a moment. So I have taken this Instax photo frame and I've cut it in half. The bottom of it says captured, and I'm simply backing it with one of the patterns that I used on the top of the right side page and on the bottom right of the left side page. So it doesn't, you don't have to put photos in those photo frames. And I really like having the pattern paper in the back because that gives me a spot to start layering things. And when you cut it in half, you can do exactly what I'm doing here. So I've got part of it underneath captured and the other part is up by the title on the top left. So that gives you some elements that go from one side of the page diagonally across to the other. These frames that I am inking right now, and there I go, peeling things up again. All of these little embellishments are from my color bins. When I am done with a collection and I've still got a little bit left, I will divide the embellishments up into some little bins I have by color. So when I do a layout like this with the basic gray supplies, I don't have a lot of basic gray embellishments. I go to my color bin and like I pulled out my little pink holder, I pulled out yellow, I pulled out orange, and then that lets me see very quickly colors that I know will go with it. And I'm familiar with what's in there, so I kind of know what not necessarily what I'm looking for, but if I find something, I'm like, oh, this is perfect. I don't need to worry about continuing to hunt because there's nothing else very much like this, if that makes any sense there. So I have now that orange arrow I've stuck the one frame underneath it, and then I added the sticker that says Good Times. The sticker that says Good Times is a banner. It's got like a scalloped bottom, and there I go. I'm trying to get it so that they both fit. That's how it ends up going, except I'm going to peel up Good Times again because I'm going to put that blue circle that's on top of Tigger's face underneath it because I don't know why. One thing I enjoy doing with different embellishment clusters is putting in these word strips, and so many places make word strips of different colors, different sizes. I really liked the black here because Prism does contain black embellishment, or not black embellishments. I'm sure they do. Well, they definitely do. That's what the chipboard's from. Prism contains black accents, so this was a nice way to tie in that with a few of the little punches of black. I actually also will be using the black crystal drops and the gloss finish from Tonic Studios, their Nouveau drops. And I'm just trying to pull out other little things to bring in some color. You're seeing me kind of struggle with that pink oval that says happiness. And I'm realizing too, this bottom cluster on the left, I never put any pink in there. So the little pink square is the only touch of pink that I have. Here I am writing about how lunch at the Crystal Palace is always something that we have to do. And believe it or not, y'all, I actually write also in that blue frame in the middle left. Me, journaled in 2 spots. Who am I and what have I done with Amy, you know? So in a moment, I'm going to be adding in some crystal drops. I do the Simply White, Black Ebony, Oyster Gray, Party Pink, and Calming Aqua. Those are some of my colors. I could have chosen some other colors in there, but the yellow didn't quite work. Either the English mustard didn't work, and then the just plain dandelion yellow was too bright. So I went with this. I quite like how it turned out. I would love if you would leave me a comment down below and tell me something you enjoy seeing in this layout. If you're not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button if you had fun today, and click the notification bell so you are notified whenever I go live, which is usually Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, or whenever I upload a new video. I hope you guys all have a lovely day, and I'll see you later. Bye.